Tristen Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristen Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today, I'm your host. John Cena's retirement tour is almost over. On December 13th at Saturday night's main event, he will wrestle his final match in Washington, D.C. Triple H says that it'll be a night that WWE Universe never forgets. And after 24 years, 17 world titles, and countless iconic moments, it should be. But here's the big question. Who gets the honor of retiring John Cena? Yeah, I've talked about this before, but the landscape has changed. It's forever changing. New rivals have stepped up, new stories are in play, and today, myself and Jess Thee Yaptain, she is the captain of the Yaptain. She's here with me, and we're going to go through all three categories today. We're going to talk about sentimental choices. We're going to talk about passing the torch picks, wild cards that can shock everyone. Jess, what's going on?
Hey, hi friends. It's your favorite Yaptain captain, Big Jess. And guys, it's been a day. It has been a day, and I am so excited. Why? Because it just so happened that John Cena's last match is here in my city.
So are you going?
My great city. So I'm so excited. I can't even imagine. When's the last time you seen a PLE or like any of them? Like I think the last one was Raw. Was here at the Capital One Arena. That was Raw. Mm-hmm. And that was last year or the year before. We have never had a PLE here in the DMV. So I am ecstatic. I'm excited. And ladies and gentlemen, it will be my first time going live, actually seeing it for the first time. Yeah, the tickets are expensive, but that's the point of saving.
Hey, but the only part though, Jess, that I'm worried about you going to go see see John Cena in the Capital One Center is that there's so much money. It's going to be so much money for you to go. And I'm afraid that what if you don't see him?
Oh, God. I'm going, listen, I got friends who work at the Capital One Arena. So even if I don't see him, I will see him. Don't underestimate Jess Thee Yaptain. I get places. I get into places that people, they'll be like, how did you do it? And I can't tell you how. I just got there. So don't worry. Jessica's going to be seen.
John Cena only has 5 dates left. His 5 dates left are October 11th at WWE Crown Jewel, November 10th, WWE Raw in Boston. Number 17th, he's coming to New York City for Monday Night Raw, then Survivor Series in San Diego, and then Saturday night's main event at Jess, in Washington, D.C. I think that by it being in Washington, I think it's going to be so special. I think it's going to be in his hometown of Boston, which is only 40. Well, Boston's not his hometown. Boston's only 40 miles, 40 minutes from his hometown of Newbury, Massachusetts. But you know, there's only one thing that I'm worried about, Jess.
What's that?
I'm worried about Bill Goldberg. You see, because Bill Goldberg had his retirement a couple months ago at Saturday night's main event. And I'm sure they're going to give Bill Goldberg a much better send-off give John Cena a better send-off than than Bill Goldberg get. So Bill Goldberg, if you're watching the Tristen Law Show, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure on December 13th, you go find something to do. Go take your wife on a date. Just don't watch Saturday night's main event because he's going to be really upset. But now that the stage is set, Jess, we're going to get into the names. What's going to happen is that I want you to get a sentimental pick. I want you to give me 2 sentimental picks who have defined John Cena's career. Now, for everybody that's watching, Jess and I have not talked about this. I don't know what her picks are, and she doesn't know what mine are. Now, we might actually pick the same. So this is where this whole entire thing is going to get interested, because I'm interested in what Jess has to say. Jess, the floor is yours.
All right. So, guys, all right, the first one, I'm going to just keep it very much simple for you guys, okay? I want them to run back the Randy Orton thing. Okay, I just feel like they came in together. Why not ride it out into the sunlight like Bad Boys for Life? Like I want them to run it back because I'm a part of the team that feels like his heel turn wasn't all that great. So I feel like we will get the best of Randy Orton. Now, sorry, John Cena going with Randy Orton. Okay, now here's the other one, guys. Hold my hand with this one. I want Edge. I want Edge, ladies and gentlemen. I want Edge. I know he said no, I'm retiring so I could go finish my Percy Jackson as Ares. Disney Plus, make sure you follow that. But no, guys, I feel like that's just something he just told people on AEW. But I think they're gonna pull him out just like they did Goldberg, and we're gonna get one more nice little round with Edge versus John Cena. I would love that. What you think, Trish?
Well, what do I think? I think that your choices are very solid. When it comes to Randy Orton, I think I disagree on Randy Orton because we did Randy Orton already. When it comes to my picks, I want to get a little bit deeper into my picks because, like I said, we haven't discussed this already. We don't know what we were actually going to pick. So I'll go ahead and I'll give you my pick to start. My pick for the number one person is, the first person I'm picking is The Rock. Their rivalry already headlined two WrestleManias, 28 and 29. Those matches were billed as generational clashes, as monumental as Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18. That match was the Attitude Era versus the PG era. The Rock getting beat by Cena at WrestleMania 29 was the passing of the torch. Bringing The Rock back to do this whole thing closes the circle. Thinking about the whole entire final boss thing, that John Cena feels like probably like he got left to hang dry by The Rock. I think this match would be great because it would guarantee media attention. The Rock and John Cena have a history, and they are two of the biggest names in Hollywood right now. But here's the issue. Some people would argue that Cena should be losing to a younger star. But but beating Cena in his last match, it comes with a lot of pressure. That's WrestleMania without even being at WrestleMania. So if it's The Rock, there's no fallout. A legend retiring a legend doesn't hurt the future, and WWE avoids booking backlash if a newer name isn't ready for that spot. What do you think about The Rock?
I'm on your train. However, I'm just like, I'm kind of like, maybe not, only because of what we have seen of The Rock recently. He's not the same looking Rock that we know. Being so, he just finished that biopic. I'm not saying he's not in shape, but he's not as thick and wrestle ready for John Cena. And it'll just look kind of mid and put together, just like when he wrestled Brock Lesnar. We all know that wasn't the best. Like, everyone was talking about how, we want John Cena to slay the beast that we know as Brock Lesnar, but it didn't happen. But I do like the idea of The Rock coming back. But aren't we a little tired of the final boss just a little bit? If you're the final boss, but we don't really even get to see you wrestle like that.
I think The Rock did overstay his welcome. I think that I think his character has a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and the only way to fix that would be for John Cena to beat him. I don't see any payoff if John Cena beats The Rock, or if The Rock beats John Cena. And I want to go ahead and give my second one, Jess. I don't want you to think I was dancing around your choices, because you did give two choices for your pick. So I want to go ahead and give my pick as well too for the sentimental one. And this one here for me is going to be pretty easy. The person that I'm picking is Edge, same exact person as you. The mid-2000s, Cena versus Edge's rivalry was career-defining for both men. Edge was the perfect foil. He was sneaky, he was manipulative, and he was ruthless. The opposite of John Cena's hustle, loyalty, and respect. Their TLC match at Unforgiven 2006 in Toronto is still one of Cena's best bouts, and their feud made Edge a top guy. Cena beat Edge many times, but Edge is also one of the few who could consistently outsmart him. Having Edge retire Cena would feel like their story is finally coming to full circle. It's poetic. The man who pushed Cena to his limits is the one who shuts the book. If Edge suddenly appeared on WWE because we know that he's running around as Adam Copeland in AEW, the shock value would be massive. It would make Cena's farewell feel truly historic, bridging WWE and AEW in an unprecedented way. Like The Rock, Edge is already a Hall of Famer. Cena losing to him doesn't stunt a younger star's momentum. It spares WWE from criticism about who deserved the rub, who deserved to be in the ring with John Cena to get their career pushed to the next level. Fans would probably see this match, John Cena versus Edge at Saturday Night's Main Event in December. Fans will see it as two equals finishing their story, but not a burial or not a forced coronation. All right, clap back. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. It would be it's again, you know how much I want WWE to be like theater. You know, I love storytelling. This would be the final movie, you guys. You know, this is the final Twilight, the final Harry Potter. Like it would be perfect cinema. I love it. I love the idea to just close the books and make it emotional and sentimental, just like when The Undertaker, when he retired, that was emotional, that was sentimental. Everyone felt it. The match was great. Come on, I would love it. Even if I don't be able to make it live, like physically and live, and I end up watching TV, I want to feel that emotion. I want to shed a tear. Like, good job, John Cena. Thank you.
Have you ever cried doing wrestling?
Have I ever cried during wrestling? No, I lied. I did. I lied once.
What made you cry in wrestling?
Because I'm such a Roman Reigns fanatic. Every time I see Roman Reigns, not when he loses, like when he got carried out on the stretcher, it kind of got me. when Jimmy got on the stretch, I don't know what it is about that family getting hurt, but it always gets me. Like, no, not my family, y'all. Like that. I
want to welcome Fernando to the chat. Welcome, Fernando. Fernando says, "Happy Hump Day."
Yeah. Hey, Fernando.
For me, I've cried when Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 35 in MetLife Stadium. And I got in my feelings bag when Bayley cashed in her Money in the Bank. And she won the championship for the first time. Reason being for me is that I know what it's like. You know, you're just a kid, and all you want to you've idolized people like Jess. There used to be a restaurant in New York City called WWE New York, and now it's a Hard Rock Cafe. I used to cut school when I knew that WWF was in town just to go stand outside to go see the wrestlers go in there and go eat. Like I was such a fanatic, and just knowing that, you know, somebody being like Bayley, who was a fanatic like me, and she grows up and gets to live her dream. It's just like, to me, that's everything. That's everything to me.
Yeah. As a 10, 11, 12-year-old, you're seeing your favorite wrestler in your city and seeing them out of character, seeing them just as a human being. They look like you, they look like me, and all they want to do is just get something to eat. And I guess my favorite things is when, you know, I like when I see heels being good to people.
Right.
I do. I personally like it because, you know, they spend all these hours and hours creating this character that everybody hates. Right. And then you go out here into the world, you take that mask off and you see that
he's such a good guy.
They're great. They're great. They help kids. They love kids. They help their community. They do things. I like stuff like that. I truly do.
So let me ask you this. So we dropped 3 names already. We dropped Randy Orton, we dropped The Rock, and we dropped Edge. We both dropped Edge. Which story do you think would be the most emotional send-off in those 3? Saying that they would happen. We're not going to put any barriers. Saying that any of those 3 would happen, which do you think is the most emotional send-off?
I think it would be a tie between Edge and The Rock. It would be kind of a tie based off of generational people who, like, you know, when people decided to watch wrestling. You know, there's the era, the Attitude Era. So, you know, there are people who just love The Rock. The Rock can't do no wrong. But then, you know, then there's a couple of years later, and then you have the Edge era. Everyone loved Edge. And, you know, at that time, The Rock, he was wrestling, but he wasn't like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He was bowing out slowly but surely. So it really depends on your generation as wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would love both. I would love both because I love the story. So
for me, I would think that the most emotional one would definitely be Edge. The reason why I would think it would be Edge is because it's the match that people think is not going to happen. And I'm saying this with no barriers in place and stuff like that. You know, that match would definitely be top notch. That match would definitely be, you know, it'd be worthy for the storybooks. You know, both of those men cut their teeth on each other, and to finish the book on John Cena, that would be great. but then again, it leaves for Edge. It would have to be some kind of partnership between AEW and WWE. And you know what? I don't see that happening. But one of the things we always say in pro wrestling is never say never. All right, let's transition now. Let's pivot. Let's look at passing the torch choices. We're going to move to the future. Who do you think, Jess, that John Cena, should pass the torch to? Who should be the person that he finishes with?
Y'all, if y'all have been on social media like I have, somebody called out John Cena. We have the great, our leader, Oma Femi. Boy, I would love that. I would love to see Oma Femi and John Cena in the ring together. Why? Have y'all seen Oma Femi? Have y'all seen him wrestle over at NXT? He's freaking phenomenal. Between him and Trick, honestly, Femi would be first and then Trick Williams would be second. It would give John Cena the run for their money. We know that Oma Femi is kind of a heel guy. We haven't seen somebody of his stature in the main event since Kofi. You feel me? Since the other guy, not Big E, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. That guy. Since him, we haven't seen nobody. That big 7, 8, 10 guy that was in the Royal Rumble this past year, him.
You're talking about Omos, the black dude, Omos?
Yeah, the really, really tall one.
Right.
And then who was the guy? What's his name? Who was the guy that technically put the Street Profits together? What was his name?
Oh, you're talking about Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley.
But he's in AEW right now.
See, but that's what I'm saying. We have not seen a tall, big black man on the main event in that long since Big E's retirement. You know what I'm saying? So I would love that. As far as the newbies to come over, Oma Femi, absolutely.
All right, so you get two. So you're stopping at Oma Femi?
Two. I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't want to shortchange you because I got two in my head.
Well, for entertainment purposes, let's go ahead and say his name. Let's go ahead and get our man Joe Hendry in this match. Go ahead, bro. That would be so fun. That would be fun to watch. Joe Hendry and John Cena. Come on. For entertainment purposes, because both Femi and Joe are great on the mic. They look good on camera. Why not, right? For entertainment.
You know, it's funny. You got the guy that you can't see, and you got the guy that you can call his name. All right, so you said Oma Femi and Joe Hendry. Here are my picks for who could be the passing the torch person when it comes to John Cena finishing out his career. So I'm saying that it's Braun Breaker, and Fernando agrees as well too in the chat. Fernando says Braun Breaker should be the guy Cena puts over for his very last match. He's obviously the future. He also says that Gunther's another one Cena should put over before leaving wrestling. We'll comment on that in a second, but here's what I think. I think Braun Breaker. John Cena embodies the ruthless aggression. Braun Breaker, he's obviously the face of the next wave, the face of the next future. Braun Breaker, he's the son of Rick Steiner, the nephew of Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. His legacy, it's already built in. All he had to do was to show up. But Cena's rub, him being in the ring with Cena, him ending John Cena's career would make him the guy. Not just a Steiner kid, it would make him the man. When you're looking at Cena, John Cena always excelled against powerful, explosive opponents like Brock Lesnar, like Batista, like Umaga. I feel that Braun Breaker style, it matches that mold. It's fast, it's intense, powerhouse wrestling, passing the torch through physical storytelling. That's what you would get with Braun Breaker and John Cena. WWE obviously clearly sees Braun Breaker as the future world champion. Retiring John Cena would instantly put him at that level. It's the kind of rocket fuel push that you only get once in a generation because you don't have somebody like John Cena retiring every single day. You don't have a John Cena character. I think that fans expect John Cena's match to be a legend. Maybe Randy Orton, maybe The Rock, maybe AJ Styles. But having it be about Breaker, it shocks people and shows that WWE is serious about the future. Braun Breaker, he's raw, he's aggressive, and Cena's polished and iconic. That contrast could make for a strong old guard versus young lion. And looking at the narratives and the promos, that'd be amazing. When you're looking at the torch moment, no, Jess. The torch moment, John Cena started in 2002 as a hungry rookie, going toe-to-toe with Kurt Angle. Ending his career against Braun would mirror that. Cena given the same opportunity he was given, completing the cycle.
You know something? I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena get. I'm gonna call it the Breaker Spear because, wow, like that man gets so much, like gets speed and so much strength into his spears. I gotta agree with you, man. That would be a crazy passive torch moment. I mean, you know, he's a part of the vision, but I do bark for the dog. Yes, I do. But, I love it.
And you know, even though he is a part of the vision, I always watch Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker's like, he's the next Paul Heyman guy. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because I'm feeling it in my soul. Every time you watch Braun Breaker, you see Braun Breaker, his character gets 1% better every single show. You see Braun Breaker, like John, like Paul Heyman is in it storyline. Paul Heyman is in it storyline for the money. He wants to find his next cash cow. His cash cow was CM Punk. His cash cow was Brock Lesnar. His cash cow was Roman Reigns. His cash cow is not Seth Rollins. His cash cow is Braun Breaker. I think that I'm going on a limb. I need my tinfoil hat. I think that what happened was that Paul Heyman, the master manipulator, that he took somebody like Seth Rollins and said, Seth, I want to be on your side. And what I want you to do is I want you to find two of the next up-and-coming stars for you to put them under your wing, and you call them the Vision, and we're going to lead them into the next generation. You'll be the world champion, and they'll be the tag team champions and the mid-card champions. But no, I think that Paul Heyman always had a bigger view, and his bigger view was to find somebody else. He doesn't want Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is just there. He's using Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker is that guy.
Yeah. That's the Paul Heyman way. Use it all the way up. You can't use him no more, which is why it was so easy for Paul Heyman to betray Roman Reigns. But, you know, that'll be another story for another day. I agree.
I think it just came to the whole money thing. It came to the money thing. Okay, so Fernando says Gunther. Gunther's another one Cena should put over before leaving. What do you think?
I'm not much of a Gunther fan. I'm sorry. He's kind of boring to me. Now, can he wrestle? Absolutely. But his title reign for me was a bit boring. It just was until, you know, the whole Jey Uso thing. Until then, I found him boring. I just did. It won't be as sentimental. It won't get the audience reaction like we think it would.
So think about it like this then, right? Take off your fan hat and put on your Booker hat. You now work for the WWE. You're now in charge. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. And looking at the future, do you think that if you had to book Gunther versus John Cena, do you think that Gunther would be a good person to put the future of WWE on his back?
I wish I didn't. Like, can I figure out a different place in the WWE to work for? I don't want to be here. I want to be in talent. I don't want to be here. But anyway, I don't want to be here. Okay. From that standpoint, from a professional standpoint, okay. Yes.
So
yes,
Fernando's
it could open a door. It could open another story. You bring Gunther back. He retires John Cena. Now somebody got, which we could then run it back about the whole Jey Uso thing. I think it could open up storylines. Would it be boring? Yes, but it does open a couple of doors for a couple of stories. So who knows?
Fernando's running it back to Braun Breaker. He said, picture Braun Breaker destroying John Cena the way that Brock Lesnar destroyed The Rock at SummerSlam.
Like I said, that his spear is crazy. Like I've been watching Braun Breaker. I've been watching him. It just is amazing. And Mr. Tsunami guy, we'll talk about him another day.
Yeah, the other Braun.
Right, Mr. Reed, his voice doesn't match his body.
Right.
But anyway. But Braun, I can see it. I remember when I first saw Braun Breaker, I was like, bro, is he on the roids, bro? Because he freaks me out, bro. He freaks me out. But as I continue to watch him actually wrestle, I was like, Jesus, he's a monster. I like it. He's a monster. He's good on the mic. Well, we're just now hearing him on the mic for real, but he's good on it. So, yeah, I could see him being the next big heel of the WWE, the biggest and baddest heel of WWE. I like it. I like him.
So I kind of cheated. I only gave you one because I want to get Fernando in on the conversation. Whether you're watching live or on demand, drop your picks, your sentimental picks. Drop your passing the torch moment, and after this one, we're going to jump into the wild card. Just whoever you think is the wild card, the person that nobody's really thinking about. So for me, though, Jess, I only gave you one. I apologize. The other person I'm going to pick as my passing the torch moment is only one person that I could pick. It's going to be LA Knight. Yeah. So Cena's career, John Cena's career was built on promos, charisma, and connecting with the crowd. LA Knight is the only current star who can match that energy on the mic. Their promo battles alone would sell the match. Passing the torch tonight means giving the voice of the next era Cena's stamp of approval. LA Knight is organic. Fans willed him into the main event scene just like they did with Cena in the early 2000s. Cena endorsing him, making him his final opponent, makes LA Knight feel more like he's just a flash in the pan. LA Knight is over. Yeah. But WWE still hasn't fully put the rocket to him. Retiring Cena would be the moment that cements him in history. John Cena has retired legends like JBL at WrestleMania 21. Now it's his turn to elevate somebody into permanent top guy status. Both guys have had to fight against the grain to get their spot. Cena wasn't the chosen one in the early 2000s. And Knight is obviously not the company favorite either, because look how many times he's been put into an opportunity and he has come up short. Cena putting someone over with that same underdog, prove them wrong career path is a fitting pass of the torch moment. Many fans want LA Knight to be rewarded for his grind and connection. Having him retire Cena is WWE listening to the audience. It creates one of those rare everybody wins scenarios. Cena gets his send-off, and LA Knight, he gets memorialized. I 100% feel that LA Knight would be the best person for the pass of the torch opponent because he mirrors Cena's own rise, can match him on the mic, and already has the fans behind him. Cena putting him over would crown LA Knight as the guy of this era.
And which, you know what? I'm going to piggyback off that. If you was to do that, that means think about what the next Money in the Bank could possibly provide. Like, what I'm about to say, I'm not sure. LA has not won Money in the Bank yet, right?
No.
Right? Okay, but if you do, like you said, if John Cena go ahead and put him over, that would make him the next big star of Money in the Bank for me.
Fernando says, LA Knight is not a young lion, though. Look, you're right.
So?
LA Knight is 42 years old and John Cena's 48 years old. I am 40 years old and nobody's telling me that I'm not a young lion, all right? I'm a young lion.
I was about to say, so what?
I'm a young lion.
So what? How long did Undertaker wrestle before he decided to retire? Let's be for real.
Well, in Undertaker's defense, though, Undertaker didn't have that many matches. Undertaker would come in and he would be gone for a little bit. He would come back and he'd be gone, and always come back as a different character and a reinvention. And he had injuries and stuff like that. So when you look at the Undertaker's career, it wasn't like a consistent. It's like when you meet guys on the Indies. You go, "Hey, how long you been working, brother?" "Oh, I've been working 25 years." But in those 25 years, they probably only wrestled for 2 years active. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So looking at all the names that we have, right? We got LA Knight, we got Braun Breaker, we got Gunther, we got Obafemi, we got Joe Hendry, we got LA Knight. Who do you think would be the best person?
All right.
I got two right now off the top of my head.
I'm about to say we got we got 4 people. I'm still sticking to Edge. I'm still sticking to that.
No. I'm talking about passing the torch.
Oh, for the future.
You're right, for
All
the
right,
future.
I think I'm gonna
Obafemi, Joe Hendry,
yeah.
Braun Breaker, Gunther, LA Knight. Yeah.
That is so hard. Yeah. Because I am an LA Knight fan, but I'm going to stick to my boy Omafemi. But I am going to get on the team with you with LA Knight. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Give this man what his due. The man is ridiculous on the mic. He's funny. He's reliable. When's the last? I ain't never heard of LA Knight getting hurt. He's working, man. He's got the batteries for the rocket, y'all. All this man Triple H got to do is really push him like y'all are like we're all trying to push Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? If you give him the same amount of light and energy we're all giving Jey Uso, he'll be just fine. He'll be just fine.
The person I'm going to pick is I got two. I'm stuck on two right now. The two that I'm stuck on is Braun Breaker. Definitely Braun Breaker. He's the future. I feel it. I see it in my bones. I feel it. And the other person I'm going to definitely pick is the person that you said is Joe Hendry. Definitely Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is a WWE guy. He's just not there. You ever went to, it's like when you go someplace and you're like, you know what? You don't belong where you are. Because I always say this, right? People always...
There's a few wrestlers I feel like that. I'm like, y'all know, I'm going to say, you NXT, you know you should put you in WWE. Some of you at AEW, you know you need to be at NXT.
That's right.
Some of y'all at TNA, y'all know y'all need to be over here as well.
That's right.
Come on, man.
The thing that I always say is that when it comes to pro wrestling, everybody's in their tribalism, right? Everybody's in their tribalism and say that, oh, well, I don't watch AEW because of this. I don't watch WWE because of this. And I always say, you know what? Watch whatever you want because everything offers something different. And I feel that what TNA offers, they're right in between AEW and WWE. So Joe Hendry, if he was looking for a place to go, I think he would get so much more upside in WWE. All the different ways they can displace him when his name appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. But Fernando says passing the torch traditionally is between the young lion and the old lion. I know, but come on, 40's the new 20 though. Come on, bro.
I'm gonna say, and then who would be considered the young lion? Who? Our boy Bouncy Wouncy?
Like, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry would definitely be.
I'm gonna say young God. Then we would need to put in Bouncy Wouncy Javon in there, wouldn't we? But another conversation for another day.
Yeah, Joe Hendry's 37 though. I mean, if 30's the new 19, the new teenagers, he's only 17, so that would work. That would work.
Javon's 21.
I mean, Javon too. But
I feel it. It's it's such a thin line.
The best part though about being John Cena though is that he gets to write his own story. He gets to pick whoever he wants. And speaking about writing the story and picking whoever he wants, Jess, we are up to the wild card. We're each going to get one bold wild card, one bold prediction that's going to shock the whole world, that's going to knock the socks off of Fernando and everybody else that's watching live or on demand. Jess, always, ladies first.
Oh, man. The wild card and a bold statement. Wild card, bold statement. The Miz. That would blow my mind. Why? Remember, The Miz and John Cena was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You had the face, John Cena, and then you had the funny heel, Batman and the Joker. The Miz versus John Cena. I would love that. Wouldn't y'all love that, y'all? I mean, I feel like they treat The Miz so bad. And I feel like since this is also his retirement year as well, why not? Why not give The Miz his flowers that he deserves? Because he is good. What you think?
I mean, I go all the way back to WrestleMania 27, The Miz versus John Cena. I mean, even though he defeated John Cena, I don't think that's going to go down as one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. Like, if I'm going to choose a greatest WrestleMania of all time, it is not. It is not The Miz. I feel like The Miz still has a lot more value left to him. I feel that The Miz has protected himself when it comes to protecting his career because he hasn't wrestled so much and he's so ambidextrous. He looks great in a suit. He speaks well and would be a great ambassador for the WWE, just like John Cena. But I think that nobody's really interested in seeing The Miz versus John Cena again.
Oh,
Damn, I just did that.
I was like, oh, I guess again, I'm a more of a storyteller. It would be funny. It would be funny, but also a, nostalgia feel, because again, you brought up WrestleMania 27, and I think about all the other times where, it was John Cena and The Miz. I was a fan of The Miz. So I think it would be more of a, like I said, more of a nostalgia thing, not about, sentiment. Well, it's the same word.
Well, it's Wildcard. You can throw anybody you want in there for any reason that you want.
Oh, well, I'm not saying. Oh, you only want me to give one, right?
Yeah, just one. You know what? Fine.
Damn.
If you got another one.
I got one more.
All right, go for it.
Roman. I'm sorry, y'all heard me say I am a bloodline fanatic. I want to see John Cena and Roman one more time. That would be fun for me. Why not? Right? I don't have no words. Y'all think about who Roman Reigns is. How long he held the titles, over 300. He's one of the greatest. We didn't really get to see him wrestle this year for whatever reasons. It would be nice. It would be nice to see two of the strongest people in WWE go head to head for nostalgia reasons. What you think?
I don't feel that Roman Reigns is the best person. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Roman Reigns when it comes to his in-ring work. He is the big dog for a reason. He's the one that carried the WWE when John Cena was out there making movies. I would definitely go on the side of Fernando. Fernando's even saying Javon Evans. I didn't say Javon Evans, but you know what? I can even say give somebody opportunity like Javon Evans. If it's going to be somebody, it has to be somebody that's like, at the bottom of their career, or they're in that mid-card status and they're fighting to go up. Roman Reigns is already a cemented main eventer. Roman Reigns, if let's talk mafia terms, Roman Reigns is already a made man. Roman Reigns doesn't really need to finish John Cena, finish his career. Now, if it was a couple years ago, during the whole pandemic thing, when Roman Reigns was getting dog food pushed in his face by Baron Corbin, yeah, I could say, you know what? He needs a bone, no pun intended. Roman Reigns needed a big bone thrown at him at that time. But at this point in his career, Roman Reigns, he's already the man. So what we're looking for is who is the next man that's going to stand across the ring from Roman Reigns.
Jay ain't gonna allow, even though he's, Roman is in his ear like the devil on his shoulder, and you got Jimmy on the other side, right? Push it so that, you're trying to, baby bro or son Jimmy, and Jimmy all of a sudden, not Jimmy, Jay, and all of a sudden Jay is like, hey, whoa. I've been doing this. It's me, Oos, day one, right?
Right.
Open that up. Tired of Roman thinking that because you the tribal chief does not mean I can't go on my own and do what I need to do. Take him out. Take it, like what did Fernando say? Take out the old guard for the new guard. Why not?
So here's what I'm thinking though. Piggybacking off of what you're saying, you're talking about one of the Usos or whatnot. If I was going to pick an Uso who was going to be the person that retires John Cena, Jess, that person would be. There's only one person that I could think of. That only person is Jey Uso.
There we go.
The only reason I say it's Jey Uso is because right now, and I think I told that story before they started telling it on WWE TV, is that Jey Uso, he got the opportunity to sit at the head of the table. No pun intended. He got the opportunity to sit up there with the king of the kings and the queens of queens. And now he's lost that opportunity, and now he's now a pauper now. By the way. He's now in the poor people tax bracket. That's what he is. And he feels that his brother doesn't understand. His brother Jimmy doesn't understand. And if he wants to cement himself and make himself somebody and get back to that position, who else would be the best person? That when John Cena comes out, to that first Monday Night Raw in Boston, Massachusetts, that Jey Uso jumps John Cena. Now listen to me. I think if Jey Uso goes out there and jumps John Cena in any other town, people might accidentally cheer John Cena. I mean, cheer Jey Uso. But if it's done in John Cena's hometown, 40 minutes away from his hometown in Boston, Massachusetts, 40 miles away from Newbury, Massachusetts, everybody's going to boo Jey Uso. Because how dare you come out there and put your hands on our guy and he's retiring? We were supposed to like you. And this is what you did. I think that Jey Uso would probably be the best person to have that final match.
I'm about to say, it smells like a heel story to me. Smells like a heel story. Everybody wants Jey to go heel so bad.
Thank you.
So bad.
Fernando says that he blocked out the dog food incident with Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin in his head. Don't worry, bro. We all did. It was a tough time for all of us wrestling fans. Jess, be lucky that you weren't watching wrestling before the pandemic.
So I feel like I am very grateful. I am very grateful that I skipped a few of those matches where I saw all of y'all on screens because they wasn't allowing human bodies in these stadiums. So they will tell people, hey, get on this website and you just might see your face or the thing. Like, I hope y'all ain't pay for that.
No, it was free. It was on Zoom. I signed up for it, but I didn't get to do it because I was wrestling. But yeah, it was just a casting thing, and you sit there, you get to be a face on TV. Anyway, all right. Let me give you my wild card pick, Jess. You know that I'm crazy. You know that I'm calculated.
Yeah.
You know that I'm thinking about all of this. Here's my wild card pick. Cross. I don't think everybody got to hear the full message. But I said that Karrion Kross is the best person because he was released about a month ago. And everybody, we all feel like we didn't get enough of him in the WWE. So his return would hit hard. That out of sight, out of mind element would make the pop so much, it would make it hit so much harder because nobody sees it coming. But remember, if he does, remember you heard it first here on the Tristen Law Show. If John Cena faces AJ Styles at Crown Jewel, it's the perfect place to set up Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross could attack John Cena or AJ Styles, more so John Cena, and I'm going to explain why, tying to the theory that I already built in the hidden meaning behind AJ Styles' Hourglass episode. That's an episode that I did. The hidden meaning behind John Cena, behind AJ Styles' Hourglass, where I put together Karrion Kross coming back to the WWE, forming up with AJ Styles, and then retiring AJ Styles. That's something that you should probably check out. People thinking that AJ Styles getting ready to retire. Nuh-uh. He's not getting ready to retire yet. There's still a lot of meat left on the bone. And when it's time for that chicken to be eaten, it's going to be Karrion Kross. But I think that Karrion Kross is all about fate and destiny. He always talks about the end is near. It just makes sense. Retiring John Cena perfectly fits his gimmick. He'd be the man who brings to an end WWE's biggest hero. Cena versus Kross on his own would be massive for Karrion Kross. But Cena's final match, that would make him a made man in WWE history. It's passing the torch in disguise. Not to the biggest name now, but to somebody who would grow into it Cena's legacy. Casual fans, shocked. Hardcore fans who wanted Karrion Kross to get more into WWE, they're going to feel like WWE actually listened. It bridges yesterday with freshness. It's like mixing together the new milk and the old milk. Don't do that. That's probably dangerous.
That's nasty, y'all.
But it's a familiar Cena rivalry tone with a new face elevated to legend-making status. For me, my angle, the way that I'm looking at it, it was that Karrion Kross, right now we wanted him, he did some things, but now he's gone. He's forgotten, he's written off. But what if WWE's been saving him for the biggest story of them all? Imagine Karrion Kross walking out of DC as the man who ends John Cena's career.
I mean, I would love that. Again, I've been following Karrion Kross on social media just to make sure, because I'm just like, this release, it don't sit right with me. It just don't.
It don't make sense.
The way
It doesn't make sense.
No, it didn't. If they're listening, if the WWE is listening like they do, because this is how we got the whole AJ Styles match that we got today, that means it might be a work. because how Karrion is carrying it. Now, I'm on his social media right now, and he, of course, he's promoting this book, but he's still doing meet and greets. He's still doing appearances and things like that. And every time when you see Karrion Kross and you see a piece of his documentary or him being interviewed, and they ask, "Hey, is this a work, man? Like, let us know." He'd be like, I can't confirm nor deny if this is a work or not, but if it was a work, this is the craziest work I've ever been in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Karrion, all right, son. Like, all right, bro.
So
just say that really you're working on, it is a work, but you're trying to get more money for your beautiful wife, Scarlett, because that was the main reason why he left. Like, it seemed that they were going to keep him. Right. They were going to keep him, get rid of her.
So the way I look at it as and I agree with Fernando. Fernando says that Karrion Kross is killing it on the indies right now. It's one of those things where you let Karrion Kross go and say, hey, you can't go. You make him sign a different contract. And in that contract, it says that, and I'm freestyling. I don't know this to be fact. But you make him sign a different contract that says that, you can go out to the indies, but you can't go wrestle for AEW or TNA or anybody else like that, NWA. Go out there and make a bigger name for yourself. Karrion Kross is a big name. Once he left the WWE, his star power is so high, he can go in the indies and collect top dollar. So now he's going to come back. He's out of sight, out of mind, because why would the WWE have him go wrestle for the indies just to go have him come back? Why would they? Now, I feel that WWE doesn't want us to feel like we are in control of the narrative. So what they do with somebody like R-Truth was he left and he came back. That was another thing that we talked about 2 episodes ago. And regardless of the reason why they brought R-Truth back, there was a movement behind R-Truth. And R-Truth came back. Now, when that same exact thing happened with R-Truth, with Karrion Kross, you started seeing "We want Kross" signs everywhere. People started chanting it, but what happened? Nothing. WWE is letting us know that you are not in control this time. When we want to feed you, we're going to tell you to open your mouth, and when you least expect it, we're going to remove that. We're going to do the bait and switch. We're going to give you the flim-flam, okie-doke, and the scam, and you think that you're eating a carrot? We're going to give you a donut because you've been so good and you waited so long. It's like, I want to say pause, but it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds. That's like that's such a very palsy statement to say, but I get it. So Fernando says that Jesus versus Cena is a great idea. Why not? Vince McMahon wrestled God. Man, if y'all want to do, no. I think I'm over the whole Jesus idea. Look, after Seth Rollins came out with the Jesus look for, what was that, WrestleMania? Yeah. When we had it on Easter, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with that. So done with that. All right. Okay. So I'm going to say that Jesus could have been an off-the-wall name for me. I got an off-the-wall. You know what? I got an off-the-wall name. But Jess, do you have an off-the-wall name of somebody who you think should retire John Cena? I got one that's so crazy that I just want to break the internet. I got one. Go ahead. What's that little guy at Alpha Made? You know the one. Oh, you're talking about the one that this one. Thank you. Yes. Gable. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Little tiny little joint with Alpha Made, the guy that oh no, you're talking about Tozawa. You're talking about the one that Becky smacked the other day. Right, the Japanese gentleman. I would be just befuddled. Like, what? Like, out of all the people, they chose Tozawa. You see the funniness in that? I'm like, I remember the day when he did what was it, Randy? He ran out there talking about, I'm gonna fight Randy. Yeah. It was WrestleMania. Yeah. He ran out there, big boasty, and it was ran back there, and that's when so that wasn't WrestleMania. So he ran back there, and then Speed. Speed. The Speed came. Oh, that was the there. Rumble. That was not WrestleMania. That was the Rumble. It's all right. Same year, 2025. Fernando says that Karrion Kross was following the Drew McIntyre blueprint. He was released and went to the Indies, reinvented himself, and came back and won the World Championship. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. If he's not signed by the WWE right now, if there's no way to bring Karrion Kross back, I mean, if they're not planning to bring Karrion Kross back and he's really released, I agree. Go out to the Indies and make your money. You can make so much money in the Indies these days, and Matt Cardona is one of the people that shows that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm going to be doing pretty soon, Jess, I didn't tell you this yet. I'm going to be doing a streamathon, and you are cordially invited. It's going to be, I'm going to go off of a limb here, and I'm going to do a 5-hour live stream. Not today, of course. Not today. I gotta pick up my son today. It's Tristen and Lil Trist Day. So it's me and him.
Hey.
So I'm going to do a 5-hour live stream. It's going to be jam-packed. I'm going to have guests. I'm going to have people pop in and out, people coming here, people talking, people chilling. We're going to have different comments. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing everybody there, whether you're watching live or on demand that's listening to my voice. When I give you the date, I want you to be there. I want you to tell all your friends, because this is going to be something, I don't know. I've never heard of any other pro wrestling podcast on YouTube that goes 5 hours long. 5 hours long, I'm going. 5 hours. 5 hours I'm going.
Man, let me make sure I get my popcorn and all that. Listen, because you saying 5 hours, man. Y'all going to see me in the rawest era you can ever think of. I will be in my bonnet. I will be in my muumuu and my slippers.
Oh, so you're coming. You're coming. You're going to wear. Look, not? You are not going to say that you're going to wear your muumuu, your bonnet, and your slippers, and you show up in a T-shirt. If that's what you tell.
I'm give it to y'all. I'm going to look like pure auntie. The bonnet.
Okay.
I'm coming.
So we're going to call you Auntie Jess that day.
Hey, y'all.
All right.
My bunny slippers and all that. That's Auntie Jess right there.
Okay. So, yeah. So I'm going to be doing a streamathon. Jess, if you want to be here for the whole 5, you can. If you don't want to be here for the whole 5, that is okay. You know, I'm going to try to get good friend of the show, Cheyenne Ortiz here. Another pro wrestling streamer. I'm going to get on here as well, too. Dave from Dave Knows Wrestling. I'm trying to get all, we're going to have a 5-hour streamathon here on the Tristen Law Show. And if you don't know what I do, you want to see what I'm doing it because the reason why I'm doing it is because I enjoy spending time with everybody. I enjoy spending time with you. I enjoy spending time with Fernando, with Heel Vega, with Universal, everybody. And I feel that if I do 5 hours, it gives everybody time to come home from work, to watch. So I'm going to start it maybe on a Thursday night. It's going to start at 6 p.m. and it's going to run until 11 p.m. just in time for me to get off to go watch Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you.
Shout outs to Jimmy Kimmel, right?
So what do you think? You think a streamathon would work?
I love it. I love that idea, given so that when you do wrestle-thons like that, you don't see the two opposite sexes. You don't.
True. It's always two. Every podcast I see is 2 men.
Right. Either it's 2 men or 1 woman. 2 men, 1 woman. You don't see 2 people just, a male, a lady and a man shooting a breeze. You just don't. First, they're going to think we're but we're not. But we're just 2 wrestling fans enjoying wrestling.
And I'll tell you this, though. I want it to be something that I do maybe once a year, twice a year. But the next time that I do it, I want to make it a fundraiser. Because I'm all about helping the community and helping other people like that.
Absolutely. Help the kids.
I would definitely do like a fundraiser and donate all the proceeds. Figure out a way for everybody to donate and donate all the proceeds to a charity. We'll pick a charity and just donate all the money to them. Whether it's $100, I'll give them the $100. $100 is $100 to a person to a organization that's nonprofit. Maybe
doesn't have to be an organization. Can't we just do our own thing? Because I'm only saying that because creative arts such as band art and all those type of things are going into obsoleteness due to the president and everything else is in this community. And I believe wrestling is a part of the arts community. So why don't we raise money to save the art? Save art.
What's funny? There's a school
theater.
There's a school in New York that has a pro wrestling club where they watch pro. So maybe we could take the money and donate that to them.
Yes, right. Proceeds could go to them, so they could even go to a PLE. We might could raise money for them, so they can go to their first.
Well, no.
PLE.
Those tickets are expensive, though. I don't think we could raise like $20,000. But you know what? I'm going to talk to the school or my cousins work in the school. I'm going to talk to them to see if that's what they can do. But you know what? I've delayed long enough, Jess. You see, you don't ever see my tactics. I be out here delaying all the time. What was I supposed to give everybody?
Look, you kind of got me a little bit.
My off the wall name of who can retire John Cena?
Yeah,
the one that I said that's going to break the internet? Imagine.
I'm ready.
The ultimate swerve. The man who made Cena being the one that brings John Cena to an end. I'm talking about, imagine the visual. John Cena, we have no clue who his last opponent's going to be. It comes down to Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. John Cena standing in the ring. He doesn't know who his opponent's going to be. And then all of a sudden, the music hits. No chance in hell we can't believe it's this person. But the music says it all. No chance in hell. 80-year-old Vince McMahon strutting down the ramp and tearing up both of his quads on the way and somehow pinning Cena. I think this is so absurd that everybody just unsubscribe to the Tristen Law Show, and I am sorry. Please subscribe.
Because I feel like I almost wanted to just hop off this line. I wanted to get off so bad. I'm about to walk off, y'all, like, I know you lying. I know you lying. But right, exactly.
I had to buzz myself. Man. I had to buzz myself for that.
But you know, I see the vision now.
I don't even see that. Let me tell you something. If I see that, I want look, respectfully, if Vince McMahon is that person who they decide to retire Vince McMahon for whatever galaxy that they're on, I want back every single dollar that I've ever given to the WWE in my entire life, give or take for all the magazines that I stole from them back in the day. We're not talking about that. But if Vince McMahon is the person that retires John Cena, I want back every single dollar I've ever spent on a WWE event.
Hello. Like, I want all my viewership back. Like, I want all of that to revert back into my eyes. I think that was a SpongeBob episode. Like, they put all that energy, all that viewership. I want it back into my eyes right now. Because the only reason why I truly came back is because I saw that the women's division was way better than when it was with Vince McMahon. I pushed this narrative so much that the women's division has become so much better without Vince McMahon. Sure, we got our Naomi's, we had our Biancas and all that, or AJ Lee and everything, but it looked like cheerleading. It looked like
right.
You know, they want to bring sexy back and all of that. And I'm like, no, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of seeing these girls with freaking pom-poms and doing these coon gyrating dances on the field. No, I want to see some action.
So, speaking of action, Fernando says that WWE fans would go to AEW if Vince McMahon pins Cena. Let me tell you something. If Vince McMahon pins John Cena,
it's over with.
Look, the Tristen Law Show, we're not going to be talking about wrestling anymore. We're going to be talking about, I don't know, power slap or whatever, slap fight or whatever. And speaking of slap fight, one of the former guests from season 1, might have been season 2, the Meadowlands Monster, El Oso Blanco, he's actually in Las Vegas right now getting ready to participate in the slap fight. So maybe we can get him on. I'll try to get that. Kemper Cloud, the second, number 2, welcome back to the chat. He says, you're punking us, right?
Yeah!
Big time punking you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. If I see John Cena get pinned by Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Jerry the King Lawler, just give me all my money back. I want the money back.
Tristan does a lot of things. He don't lie.
Look,
he dead serious.
I want my money back for SummerSlam both nights. I want my money back for WrestleMania 35. I want my money back for WrestleMania 29. I want my money back for SummerSlam 2018. I want my money back for SummerSlam 2019. I want my money back for 2007 Extreme Rules in Jacksonville, Florida, the first exact event I ever went to. You know what? If Vince McMahon pins John Cena, I don't even want to be a wrestling fan anymore. I'm going to call Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. I'm going to call Nunzi. I'm like, give me back all my money. Because I don't want nothing to do with this no more.
None. Zero. Not even a little bit. I don't want no parts of this. I don't want none of it. Because that just, I know it's a joke. I know. But just think about how bad this will be because of how we feel, how the McMahons are aligned with you know who that's sitting in the seat in the White House. It would just be bad. Well, I would hate it.
I'll say this for the whole entire thing. John Cena, his retirement, it's not just another storyline. It's the end of an era. We've laid out the sentimental choices, the passing the torch options, and the wild card that could shock the world. The truth is this. No matter who WWE picks, Cena's legacy, it's secure. But that final opponent will be linked to his career forever, for better or for worse. So now it's your turn. Who do you think should retire John Cena? Whether you're watching live or on demand or listening to the audio only, drop your thoughts because this debate, it doesn't end here. Jess, what you doing on Saturday?
What is Saturday? Saturday, I'm always around for you guys.
Ooh, no brunch?
Oh, I ain't say that. I ain't say all that. But I always make time to come visit my loves on the Tristen Law Show.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Tristen Law Show. That was another episode. We talked about, is WWE making the right call as Cena's last opponent? Well, I hope he did good. I'm Tristen Law. She's Jess Thee Yaptain. We'll see you next time.